you close the gap on the 6%, this is what I mean. Write this in your notes. 6% of the people in my phone are going to move this year, like the next 12 months. That's the data. Here's why. We still have all of these issues that are still superseding a 6.25 or a 6.4 interest rate. Is everybody with me on this? And I will play a little clip from David Childers today to let you know we are going to see rates in fives. We are going to have 4.5 million resale transactions next year. Like, it's going to be better. It's not going to be, we're not out of the weeds, it's not going to be extraordinary, but an extra million opportunities, buy side, sell side, sounds pretty good. How about you guys? Across the country, right? It's going to be better. But here's the deal. If you don't close the gap on the 6%, and I'm just going to give you some insight, ready? So how many people on your phone? 1,200. So somebody figure out really fast, what is 6% of 1,200? I'm guessing it's 60, 70, 76. So Stella, beautiful name, Stella, 76 people in your phone are going to put their home on the market in the next 12 months. Do you know which ones the 76 are? You don't. So it's maybe having some good emails to send, some good texts to send, some letters to send, some direct mail to send. Heaven forbid you actually call someone. No, that'll just take forever. Just send the damn text. Okay, it's all good. So they're going to move for these reasons, not the reasons we moved maybe the reason why you moved to Colorado from wherever you were, or the reason you went from this side to that side, or we want to get closer to that school, or we want to get away from the school because we're an empty nester. We moved to it, but now it's this. What? I heard that says. The little one, they still count. So, first of all, take a photo of this. This is just a little sneak peek of what you're going to get. So, close the gap with the equity email. Subject line. How much equity have you gained in 2024? Now, listen to this language. Many of my clients have been reaching out because they're considering selling in 2025. To help, I'm setting aside time this week to prepare updated home value reports. Can I prepare one for your home? P.S. I just completed a report for a client who gained $53,000 in the last 12 months. I think you'll be surprised by your number. There is a reason why 200 million people go to Zillow every single month, but only 4 million homes were sold this year. People are kind of obsessed by home values, yes or no? And they're also obsessed by the possibility of the beach house or the mountain house. So that's what they're doing. They're fantasizing about it. But what do they all want to know? How much is their home worth? We came up with something, Mark Patterson and I recently. Did you want a Zestimate or a Bestimate? Yeah, some of you will play with that. All right, so here's the problem. You ready? Here's the real problem. Take a look at this data. We took 4 clients, Nick, and then 4 non-clients. Just people on Instagram. I said, hey, I'd like to do a little evaluation of your business for free, gave a little insight on what I was going to do. We took 8 agents, 500,000 contacts. So treasure like Levi Rogers, who has 400,000 people in his database. He's the most successful teamerage in all of San Antonio, Texas. Like 2,200 homes a year, monster military guy, beautiful human being. So we took all of their data, and I used my buddy Chris over at Revaluate, where we took their data, and the first thing we did is we graded it. Meaning, how many people in your phone do you not have a mailing address for? How many people in your phone do you have no email, but you have a cell phone? How many of you are with me on this? So if your data is incomplete, will it be harder to close the gap? Yes or yes? So unless you want to call every single one of them, that is one modality, but I want to get them on social, email, text, direct mail, multi-modality marketing, because if you get them everywhere, we know it's going to be 1% open rate on social. It's going to be 30% open rate on email. It's going to be like 85% response rate via text, but it's hand-to-hand combat one-on-one. You with me? So, but if we have all of that, then we can actually do it and close the gap. But if you don't, here's what happens. Ready? So of the 500,000, you see, half didn't have a mailing address. Now, Donna, what's fascinating about this is what I'm about to show you, how many listings they lost in their own database, is not the 500,000 number. It's the 250 that we have mailing addresses on. Because then we can go to the tax records in the MLS and actually verify that these people moved because we have their address. So we think the number is actually double because they don't have the mailing addresses and we couldn't get tax records off a cell phone or email. Does that make sense? Want to know how many listings they lost? Directly out of their database. Directly inside their phone. $2.57 billion in sales. Call it $50 to $70 million in commissions. Look at Tiffany. Gone. You don't have a time management problem. You have a prioritization problem. You're not marketing in the ways that you need to close the gap on the 6%. Now the good news is there's a free and relatively easy solution, and then a paid solution if you want to really get all the data, like 4 cents for an address. You pay 4 cents to get an address? I mean, if you have 800 people on your phone and half don't have an address, would you spend the, what is it $197? Something like that? I don't know. So check it out. Listing sold data, all by other agents. You want to know who the agents are? That'll really piss you off. Again, just listing sold data, just in the last 12 months, the data shows that every listing that they earned, they lost between 3 and 5 from their own phone. So look at your buddy and say, I think he's talking to you right now. And again, you're a good agent. But if you can't market to everybody the way they need to be marketed to, you just miss. Now, how many of you read all the NAR reports besides me? Anybody? So, all right, 3 of us, good. 4 of us, I got a 5. Some of you are lying. So, did you read the NAR report that said 68% of homeowners, when selecting a real estate agent, selected an agent based upon proximity? You know what that means? Dude, we play pickleball together all the time and we drink wine on Thursdays. Oh, by the way, I'm thinking about selling my house. That's how the vast majority of agents that do a few listings, that's how they do it. Drinking, hanging out, partying, social. How do you do that with 1,200 people in your database? How do you do that with treasure 90,000 people in your database? You can't be that close to that many people, yes or no, guys? So we have to have a marketing solution. Now, here's a couple companies to take a look at. Revaluate. They'll do a database score. Hey, this is what your database looks like. Emails, cell phones, mailing addresses. They do it all for free. They will also, for 4 cents, for anyone they can get a real address for, Tiffany, 4 cents for an address. Like, that makes sense. Then you can mail them a QR code. You with me on this? And with the right QR code system, and you all know this, you can automatically get their cell phone and their email. And just like that, you've got data integrity. Right? So there's ways that we can do this, right? Not all difficult. Listing leads, you'll hear about it today. Hi, fellow, I'm a big fan. If you have a really big database, they do automated email and landing pages for larger databases to nurture and find potential sellers. So there's lots of ways that you can do this, but let's keep jamming. Ready? So I would hit this QR code right here, because this is the Revaluate company. The CEO, Chris, and the founder is here. Local Denver guy. I would hit the QR code and at least get the scoop. At least figure out, can you assess your database to figure out how much more opportunity there is in your database? And we know the answer is, it's a lot. So hit that QR code. Bless you. Wow, she did sneeze. Bless you. I heard that one. Don't get all sneezy on me, people. You guys got it? Can I keep jamming? Okay, 1 more second. Or just take a photo of it, and then you can just hit it there. Okay, you got it jammed. All right, so what am I really saying to you? I can't hear you. Like, is everybody getting the point? All right, so let me give you, again, this is the most important one. After the break, Jimmy's gonna walk you through all the marketing. At least now you're gonna be able to say, okay, I got those emails, I got those texts, I got those letters, I'm gonna do all that. And then I'm gonna talk to you about how to space it out in a way that you're not just doing this on your database, but instead, elegantly with a nice cadence, so you're getting all the hand raisers, right? To make sure whether it's this year or next year, you know at least a percentage of the 6, so we can close the gap. Does that make sense? All right, so now.